If you're a cancer survivor, I bet you have seen it all online, right? All these wild claims about superfoods and miracle cures. It's just so overwhelming and confusing. Today, we're going to cut right through all that noise. You hear stuff like this constantly. Things like broccoli sprouts or even fasting can somehow cure cancer. But when you look at the actual hard evidence, what really stands up to scrutiny? What's the real deal? And this is exactly the point. This quote from Dr. Amy, who is both a cancer researcher and a survivor herself, just says everything. She's helped thousands of women, and her message is crystal clear. You deserve confidence and clarity, not more confusion. You've been through enough. So in this explainer, we're going to do just that. We're going to focus on the 3 food groups that Dr. Amy says have been clearly and consistently linked to reducing cancer risk. No fads, no clickbait. Just the facts to help you heal. Okay, first up, beans and legumes. Now, these aren't just kind of helpful. Dr. Amy actually calls them essential. They form the very foundation of your recovery. So what makes this food group so powerful? Well, just look at this list. We're talking high fiber, great plant-based protein, and they're loaded with something called phytochemicals, which are these natural compounds in plants that help protect your cells. But the real superstar here, the most underrated tool for recovery, is the fiber. And that fiber is absolutely crucial for your gut microbiome. See, chemotherapy can really mess with this community of good bacteria in your gut, and fiber is what helps bring it all back into balance. A healthy gut has a direct link to reducing inflammation and balancing your hormones, 2 huge factors in recovery. And the research totally backs this up. The American Institute for Cancer Research found that a high-fiber diet lowers the risk of both colorectal and breast cancer. And here's the really cool part. For hormone-sensitive cancers, fiber can actually bind to excess estrogen in your system and help carry it out of the body. How amazing is that? And this story just illustrates the real-world impact so perfectly. Dr. Amy worked with a breast cancer thriver who was just exhausted and struggling with weight gain. So they made one small shift. They simply added lentils and black beans to her meals. And the result? Her digestion improved, her energy skyrocketed, and she was finally able to lose that weight she'd been holding on to. A tiny change with massive results. All right, let's move to our second essential food group, leafy greens. I want you to think of these as your cellular bodyguards, actively nourishing and protecting your body while it heals. Foods like spinach, kale, and arugula are just absolute powerhouses. They're packed with vitamins and antioxidants that help your body repair damaged cells. But 2 things on this list are especially important for survivors. They support your liver in detoxing, and they give you magnesium, which is essential for DNA repair. That detoxification support, it comes from chlorophyll. You know, the stuff that makes greens green. This amazing compound literally binds to potential toxins and helps your body flush them out. After treatments like chemo and radiation, your body's natural detox pathways can be a bit sluggish, and chlorophyll gives them a much-needed boost. And again, the science on this is so clear. A study in the Journal of Nutrition found a direct link between eating more leafy greens and having lower inflammation markers in your blood. And since we know inflammation is a key driver of recurrence risk, that connection is incredibly powerful. And the great thing is, this isn't about restriction or forcing yourself to eat boring salads. It's about adding these nutrients in super simple ways. You can saute spinach with your eggs, blend some kale into your smoothie, or stir Swiss chard into a soup. It's all about adding in, not taking away. And that brings us to our third and final food group. And honestly, this is one that Dr. Amy says is too often overlooked in the cancer conversation: lean protein. These are the literal building blocks for healing your body. So here's the problem a lot of survivors face. After treatment, it's really common to lose lean muscle mass, and that can leave you feeling weak, tired, and even more prone to weight gain. And this whole cycle often starts because protein intake is just way too low. So the key is getting enough high-quality lean protein. And as you can see, you have so many fantastic options, from animal sources like chicken and fish to really powerful plant-based sources like tofu, tempeh, and edamame. All of these are packed with the amino acids your tissues desperately need to repair themselves. This client's story just shows the incredible difference it can make. A woman Dr. Amy worked with was completely exhausted, eating less than 40 grams of protein a day. By helping her add in more protein-rich plants to get closer to 90 grams, her energy came roaring back within a month. She didn't need naps anymore and was back to strength training. That's how much protein matters.
And it's not just about energy. The research shows that getting enough protein is absolutely key to rebuilding muscle, supporting your immune system, keeping your blood sugar stable, and even having fewer side effects from treatment.
So let's bring all this together. I want you to stop thinking about this as a restrictive diet and start thinking of these 3 food groups as your essential toolkit for rebuilding your body one meal at a time.
Here's the simple summary. It really boils down to this: beans and legumes for your gut health, leafy greens to nourish your cells, and lean protein to give you the building blocks to repair everything. These are not optional for cancer survivors. They are essential. And if there is one thing you take away today, please let it be this. This journey is not about fear or cutting everything out. It's about empowerment. It's about intentionally adding in the powerful foods that your body needs to heal and to thrive. So I'll just leave you with this thought. What if your focus shifted completely? What if recovery isn't defined by what you give up, but by the powerful, nourishing choices you make to build with every single day?